It's the 8th season of the ADAC GT4 Germany 2026. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Austria. Welcome to the Styrian Mountains. Welcome to the Red Bull Ring as we get ready to go for race 1 of a 12-race season. 5 red lights on, and about time, any second now, 5 red lights off, and we are go. Robinson stepping off that pole position, shutting the door, and Jan-Philipp Springhoff, but keep an eye on the inside, and Maxi Schreier wants to make up ground early on. The car's going wide around that turn 1. We've got a drag race for the lead. Jan-Philipp Springhoff pulling alongside Lachlan Robinson. Jan-Philipp Springhoff being squeezed out back into that second place. There's a car pointing in the wrong direction in the background. One of the Porsches, I think. Everybody else makes it. I think it was Harry Huber. Yes, it was, who went straight on at the corner. Looks like he's got some damage. If he can't get that moving, we well may have an early safety car. The field settles itself down a steep downhill into turn 4. Once again, the challenge for the lead is on. Jan-Philipp Springhoff, Aston Martin versus Porsche. Lachlan Robinson, maybe a little bit of contact between the two. We saw that little bit of a wobble, ducking to the inside. Maxi Schreier wants to get involved as well, but it's Jan-Philipp Springhoff who takes the lead just as the safety car comes out. And now, absolutely no overtaking. The field is brought back to a much slower speed to allow the retrieving of the stricken car. Seeing how he gets on in GT4 Germany. We may have to wait till tomorrow as we look again at that start. And a lot of weaving from Maxi Schreier further back. Just trying to find himself a bit of space. Also in there, Alex Connor. Car's going very deep into turn 1. They can normally get away with it on the opening lap, but not for long. That was an awful lot of weaving going on there from the number 30 car. Everybody else, though, making it around that corner and in towards turn 2. So I really hope that the car's not damaged and at least he's able to go. And there's another one parked up at the side of the track. That's Jesper Jensen. So what has happened there? Clearly an incident behind the safety car. It's Jan-Philipp Springhoff who wrestled the lead away from Lachlan Robinson. A fairly robust overtaking maneuver. And Lachlan Robinson, who comes from Australia, having to work very, very hard just to hold on to that lead initially, looking down from another steep hill. That's the one into turn 1. And here we go, and there's a big incident behind. Cars getting turned around, and that is the Ginetta. So that's Alexander Christensen. There's one of the BMWs. This is certainly going to bring out another safety car. I also saw the other of the Wimmer Wirth cars. I think it would have been Igor Litvinenko disappearing off in a cloud of dust. So big drama there. I have no doubt at all we're going to get another safety car because that looked like something fairly dramatic. Alex Connor making a challenge for position on Marit Buchmann there. Will want to do that, but now he can't because the safety car predictably is out. So what on earth occurred there into turn 1? The other car, I believe, was Yanni van der Kratz. He has got a fair disliking. Oh my goodness, there's part of the car missing there. I reminded him of the traumatic race here a couple of years ago in GT4 Germany, and he said, thanks for reminding me. Trying to put the record straight this year. Well, that's not happening, is it? It's Cup Germany for Gebhardt last year, and his father is the owner of the team, and they will need to get to work on that. Right, another casualty is Linus Harner, who's into the pits. That's a real shame. He'd had a really solid start. You can see the pit window. It's due to open in 10 3/4 minutes. I have no reason to believe that that will be delayed. It does sometimes get delayed when we've had a lengthy safety car, but Linus Harner clearly with a left rear puncture. So into the pits he comes. Traditional wheel fastenings here. So wheel nuts not a single one. And they're going to want to get on with that quickly, because you can see that the safety car is due in on this lap, and he'll want to catch up with the queue, where Springhob is going to surrender that lead to Lachlan Robinson. So he's tried to do it at a time where he's going to lose as few positions as possible. Look in the background, Maxi Schreier trying to follow through, but that's allowed Gabriele Piana to get into the mix as well. So our new race leader, Lachlan Robinson. This time, right, here comes our race leaders. Now Piana challenging for third place to the outside into turn one, takes a very wide line. Maxi Schreier having to defend for all he's worth. Youth versus experience. Gabriele Piana, such an experienced pilot, looks to the inside, looks to the outside. Now they run side by side in the long shadows of the afternoon, but we've also got a challenge for the lead as well. Springhob to the outside. Piana's got the job done. Springhob's got a nose in front, but still Robinson holds on. Springhob coming back at him, but Piana's up to third place. Schreier down to fourth place. The dust thrown up into the air. Marek Bookman, Alex Connor tucked up behind as well. The top six all fighting for position with each other. Lachlan Robinson holding on for all he's worth from Jan-Philipp Springhob. Great racing here. Gabriele Piana coming back under attack from Maxi Schreier. There is the lone Toyota Supra. We've seen it in the past. Now Luca Link comes sailing back through on the inside, relegating Lucas Cartel down a position. So the car's coming in. Tim Horrell. And there is the 33 car of Nicholas Guillaume, who is handing over to Frederick Zebis, the Danish driver. In the background, you can see Tim Horrell leaving the car. Great to have him. Feel very, very slow. Now he comes to a stop. Gogolok cannot exit the garage until the car comes to a stop. There is a minimum pit stop when Benjamin Sylvestersson takes over the wheel of that BMW. They come to a stop. There's Benjamin. Opens the door. And the Finnish driver helps the Italian out of the car. I have a special page on my driver's sheet for Gabriele Piana with his list of achievements. It is insane. He's won almost everything he's ever taken part in. He is a class winner also in the Nürburgring 24-hour race. And he is, of course, a former champion in ADAC GT4 Germany. No big rush at the moment. His mentor in the seat of that car. Up into turn three we come. Sylvestersson sees a gap under braking, pokes the BMW in there. Bernd tries to duck back to do the undercut on the exit of the corner. The two cars run side by side in towards the tricky turn four. If they run side by side into this corner, it could be very, very difficult indeed under braking. Into the corner we go. And it's Bernd who retakes that lead. He got the line on the exit of the previous corner. Sylvestersson taking a tighter line into turn five. They come round into turn six. Again, Sylvestersson trying to go the long way around, but Bernd holding on to the lead, using the Porsche to great effect. He gives the squeeze to Sylvestersson. Sylvestersson keeps his foot buried in it, still challenging Denny Bernd. 10 out of 10 for bravery there, but Bernd still leading the way in the number 31 car. This is for the race win, and to the inside, Benjamin Sylvestersson. So for the lead of the race, potential winner again, Denny Bernd coming back on the inside. Into turn 10 we come. The lead changes hands once again. It's a drag race down the hill into the dip, past the pits and up into turn one they come. This time Sylvestersson has the advantage with the tight line into turn one. Denny Bernd tries to take the wide outside. He goes deep, maybe exceeding track limits. He's not going to be able to keep that if he takes the lead from there. Into turn two they come, into the shadows. Surely the instruction may well be given. This is a replay of that moment where he went so wide, and this is why he had to give that gap back. He went out over track limits somewhere into downtown Spielberg. He rejoined again, taking the lead in that manner. The stewards took a dim view on it. Had to say, great stewarding, because not only did they rectify the situation straight away, we've got less than 19 minutes of this race remaining. This is for the lead of the race. The car in second place will soon be the leader. He has been instructed to move past. He indicates to the left, Denny Bernd does, to allow the BMW through. And taking him deep into the corner, Lewis Moser tries to take that wide line, but Hudson Schwartz is having none of it. Ducks back to the inside, then to the outside, takes a very wide line into the corner. In the background, Roman Felder also getting involved with Stiefelhagen. But look at this for the Supra. Hudson Schwartz around the outside in the number 87 car, up into 4th place. What a great debut in ADAC GT4 Germany. Fantastic stuff there. Trying to fight back, Lewis Moser in the BMW. Knows this circuit a lot better than the pilot of the Supra. A little bit of a tag into the corner. The two cars side by side. Once again, they're going to run wheel to wheel along past the pitch. You can see the weaving. But Hudson Schwartz has the inside line into turn 1. Moser trying to distract him, but in so doing just allows himself to fall into the clutches of Stiefelhagen in that 6th place. In the background, Roman Felder doesn't know who to follow. Out towards turn 2 we come once again. The drag race, BMW versus Supra. The Supra doesn't really have the legs and suddenly is passed by 2 BMWs. But Hudson Schwartz able to take a much more nimble line around the corner. A Mercedes in this battle as well. All 4 of these cars fighting over 4th place. Great stuff. Roman Felder kind of come from nowhere to suddenly challenge here on the inside. Hudson Schwartz retakes the lead of this particular group, tries to squeeze the Mercedes. The 2 BMWs are relegated backwards, but we already know that when they get out onto the long, fast bits of the track, they seem to have the straight line speed. A final warning for track limits has been issued to Hudson Schwartz. We've seen how wide he is, and this could be significant. You can see that line there. Well, he would argue the wide line may have been caused by the BMW, maybe, possibly even tagging him into turn 10. Great entertaining racing, 13.5 minutes to go. ADAC GT4 Germany, race 1 of the season. I think that was having had his final warning. We've got a problem up ahead. The cloud of smoke, that's one of the Avia W&S cars. Who is that has had what looks like it's the 33 car? So that is Frederick Zebis, who's had a problem, gone up in plumes of smoke, and he is out of the race. I think he's got the car. And currently looking very dialed in, and that's Oscar Dix into the barrier. So Oscar Dix has had a moment there. Well, that'll promote Philip Goglock into the top 10, having climbed out of the car. Right, what happened here? We're looking down, and a big lock-up. Whether there was an issue or not. So Sylvestersson needs to be on his guard here, because Denny Berndt has done a few of these over the years and will be nailing the accelerator as soon as it goes green, which is now. 1.5 minutes remaining. Has Denny Berndt got anything that he could bring to the table? Has that moment of reduced speed driving cooled the tyres? The final lap of the race that he starts now. And the final lap is flashed up on the screen as confirmation. Everybody fighting for position. Henrik Still suddenly sees an opportunity of some serious points here to the inside of Schmid. He comes. That allows Roman Felder to break clear slightly. The car's drifting. The tyres worn after nearly an hour of racing. Up towards turn 1 they come. So Henrik Still will be looking to challenge. Meanwhile, at the front, Benjamin Sylvestersson leads the way from Denny Berndt. The closing stages of the opening race of the season. Into turn 2 we come. The 2 cars behind Roman Felder will get something of a slipstream. Now, will Henrik Still put that to good use? He has a look to the outside, up the steep hill into turn 3. Under braking he comes. Will he duck back to the inside? No, he can't, because Marius Schmidt's pink Mercedes is there instead. Now it's the drag race once again, this time to turn 4. But Roman Felder will have the line into turn 4. The Ness, Henrik Still can get his nose firmly in front. Into 4 we come. Now late braking from Roman Felder. He holds on to that position. Shuffles Henrik Still back down the order. Marius Schmidt getting involved as well, trying to come through on the inside. This fight will go all the way to the line. At the moment, advantage Roman Felder. Meanwhile, up at turn 9 and turn 10, Benjamin Sylvestersson exits turn 10. It's going to be a first ever win for Benjamin Sylvestersson in ADAC GT4 Germany, and a win for Gabriele Piana, and Henrik still overcooks it on the very last lap. Onto the gravel, drops back. Piana and Sylvestersson for FK Performance. The BMW coming out on top. Lachlan Robinson, Denny Burnt, Maxi Schreier and Alon Gabe. That's your 1, 2, 3. Then Lucas Cartel and Hudson Schwartz. What a great performance from them in the Toyota Supra ahead of Luca Link and Lewis Moser.